a new Copilot model is enabled, and suddenly your team works differently without anyone having made a routing decision. That is the risk now. The prompt alone no longer determines which agent ends up in the repository. Defaults, approvals, and connected tools do. GitHub has retired GitHub Models. At first, that sounds like a tidier product catalog, but for teams, it means more. At the same time, companies can enable new Copilot models as the default. And Agent Skills as well as MCP are generally available in Copilot Codereview. This moves the relevant decision up the chain, away from the individual chat window and toward the people who enable models, grant access, and set review rules. When a model is enabled by default, it becomes part of everyday work more quickly. When an MCP server is connected in the review context, it influences which information and tools an agent can use. That can make sense, but it needs a clear owner. The first mistake is to look only at the model list. Model approval does not answer which repositories it applies to, which tasks it is allowed to handle, or who notices changes to the default. The second mistake is to treat MCP as a mere convenience feature. Every connection expands the agent's scope of action in the relevant context. So the right question is not which model is the strongest right now. Ask instead who is allowed to change the default model, which connections are allowed in review, and for which repositories does a human review step remain mandatory. A small policy is enough to start. Document which models are approved for each repository, document what purpose each MCP connection serves in review, and keep comments, change suggestions, and approvals clearly separate. Then a silent platform update becomes a deliberate operational decision. If these rules are missing, your team is not doing the routing. Product defaults and accumulated integrations are routing for you. You'll find the next video in the top right and click the bottom right to follow.